gentlemen, at Clacton Air Show, please welcome the Catilina.
Now Ray, that is an aircraft. Well, it's more than an aircraft, isn't it?
It's an interesting design. It goes back again to the 1930s when there's some new thinking around. The Americans needed a long-range aircraft that could look at shipping, patrol the seas many miles from their shores. So it needed an aircraft that would do 3,000 miles. That meant, because of the speed of this aircraft, only about 140 knots, 160, 170 miles an hour, it had to stay airborne for 20 hours. It had a crew of 8, and because of the weight of fuel it had to carry to go for 20 hours, it needed a very, very long runway. And they simply went around. So they said, tell you what, we've got a long runway up to sea. It goes on forever. So that's why we designed, or they designed, the seaplane. Look at the float underneath, and there's the shape of a boat. Okay? And the engines and the high wing is on the top so that the water didn't splash over and put the engine down. That is it. Then they discovered, when it came to servicing and refueling, well, we need it on shore for that. So the amphibian was born. They stuck some wheels on it, it lands, and it could taxi up here on the beach, here at Clacton. So that is how the Catilina was born. So born a bit by accident. So it's a flying boat. It could in its day carry a couple of 500-pound depth charges, or a couple of torpedoes, or a mix of both, but it did have guns in the nose, and matching guns in the blisters on either side. If you can see it, you might see a little bulge on either side behind the cockpit, which is that gun blister and observation blister. Yeah, I could just see it. There it is, just on top of the fuselage. See? That's an observation type blister. Look at the wingtips now. See, it's got the floats down. Normally they tuck away, just like the undercarriage. Those floats stabilise it when it's obviously out to sea, so it doesn't dig a wing in. You can imagine what would happen if you dig a wing into the water so the car can't get in. So that's what they're there for. But at 140 knots, it's extremely vulnerable. You can imagine it. That's the speed. The 303 rifle in its day would put that out of action. So they went over to night operations. And in the night operations, they give it a little bit of a radar, rudimentary radar. Night ops, 20 hours. It's got a very rudimentary autopilot in it. This is where George was born, the autopilot course. It was painted black, so they were called black cats. Makes sense, doesn't it? Excellent, yeah. Makes good sense. One more pass. Well, I think he's retracting those here. Retracting them. So the floats have gone in. The wingtips don't make much noise. Lovely aircraft. Operating out of Duxford, where a lot of ancient airplanes.
Did you hear that? He went down on one knee, will you marry me? She uttered something that I can't repeat and then said, yes, ladies and gentlemen. How long have you two been together?
6 months.
6 months, and I think you met over in Spain, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Anne was a barmaid in my pub.
In your pub in Spain, in Benidorm.
That's right, yeah.
You've seen the TV series. Apparently it's very much like that over there. So now, how do you feel that? You're going to be getting married. She's speechless. She's totally speechless. He produced a ring, ladies and gentlemen, from his pocket with a little diamond in it, which he told me about a little bit earlier, and he said, don't breathe a word of it to Anne, because I want it to be a total surprise. It's happened live on Radio Air Show on BBC SE. Congratulations, you two. Come on, give them a big cheer.
Well, Steve, congratulations from up here at Air Traffic Control. All we need now is somebody to give birth during the air show. I think we got the whole lot by then. The Catilina pilot will be delighted.
Hey, Les, I hope we get an invite, you and I.
In recognition of that proposal of marriage, he's going to turn around and come back and fly past us again. So this one, if you're just going to get married, this fly past must be for you.
The wedding fly past. And So I did think she said no first of all, you know. I'm sure she said no, and they went, yes! Now, if you can't put this plane in your top 3 or 4, I think you've got a screw loose, because I just think it's such a graceful, it's like an albatross coming across.
It's missing the pier, doing all the right things, all the legal things, giving us a farewell pass. Good look at the undersurface and the shape. As soon as I knew the Catilina was on the list, I thought, yes, got to be there. Catilina, owned and operated by Plain Sailing.